Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Well, indeed, first of all, I would like to thank for the invitation and for the introduction. And today, I am delighted, of course, to be here, and I would like to introduce my innovative concept in medicine, which I call it Duality. In this context, today I would like to tell you how one can promote internal stability, how one can make existing drug more effective, and how one can also activate immune system. So hopefully within 15 minutes I'll be able to convince you that there is a connection between halal pharma and health. Meanwhile, I want to tell you that if you focus with me very carefully, in the end of this lecture, you will be the doctor of yourself. So, in general, to create internal stability in our body, it is necessary to explore a general concept, which I call it this duality concept. Now, duality concept, which provide basically you have two contradicting elements sitting in one system. This sounds confusing, two contradicting coming in one system. Now, to understand this system very carefully, I would like to explain similar system. We use it in chemistry and we call it buffer. So what is buffer? Buffer in general, if you have two different components in solution, and usually it is acid and it is anti-acid, which we call base. Now the main function of buffer is to generate internal pH stability. Now, of course, this stability is important, especially to this buffer. If you add any strong acid or strong base, pH remain constant. Now, let's take the blood as an example in our body. It has a buffer system and it has a pH 7.4. Now, maintaining this value is essential for our existence. Now you may ask how the blood can do that. Indeed, there is a simultaneous presence of acid, which is carbonic acid, and a base, which is a bicarbonate. Now, if we imagine for a while that our blood is just made from one component, either acid or base, one drop of strong acid or one drop of strong base, pH value will fluctuate from 1 to 14. Now, if you think deeply in our body, you will notice that it is really function through the presence of multi-buffer systems working together non-stop. Now, let's go to the brain. In the brain, we have two contradicting neurons transmitters. If you want to achieve mental stability, it is essential to create a balance between your excitatory and inhibitory neurons transmitters. If excitatory dominate, you get anxiety. If inhibitory neurons transmitter dominate, you get depression. Now, buffer system also play an important role in our metabolic activity. Let's take catabolic system and anabolic system. Both are reversing process. Now, if we have a balance between the ratio of cell which is being killed by catabolic process and the number of cell which being created by anabolic system, we can maintain a physical health. But if catabolic dominate, we die. Also, to my surprise, if you think deeply in our body, we have a fascinating two contradicting forms of energy. One is called potential energy and the other is called entropy. So potential energy is basically a good source for generating work, whereas entropy is a good source for generating heat. So of course we need potential to generate large molecule, but all of this need to be done at temperature 37, which is supported by entropy. But if entropy dominates, we die. Now we can extend this concept and look at our personality. Now our personality also has the opportunity to embrace duality concept and build its own buffer system by adopting values and lifestyles. So if you exclusively focus on material value in your daily life, you will never obtain a balanced life. Therefore, it is essential to create a harmony between your material value and non-material value. So while it is important to build career, buy a car, buy a house, it is equally important to enrich your human, moral, and spiritual values. Now with regard to the lifestyle, which is important for us nowadays. Now if you think your lifestyle is only made from one element which allow you to do whatever you want, you will not be able to create a buffer system. And the best buffer style which can tell you what is allowed to do and what is not allowed to do if you want to create stability and balance in your body. Now, if you have a stable personality and mentality, this will activate your internal potential. This will make your self-regulation active, homeostasis work in the best way. In other words, your immune system is in what I call it is in the fight mood. If you have any error in your body, it can be easily detected and corrected. Now, if your mentality is exposed to distraction, and if this distraction take you away from the fight mood, from the fight mood, then your immune system can go to the fright or to the flight mood. Both are unhealthy for your body. All right. So now, from Islamic perspective, Islam took the holistic approach for health, and with regard to prevention, Islam consider that, for example, your body has right over you, means that you must keep your body in the best form from physically and spiritually. Islam also provide us a highly organized system with regard what to do and what not to do. Islam also encourages us to build compatible system between our behavior and what we believe. Islam really promotes anabolic thinking, positivity, optimism. And of course, that's all nice information to give you prevention and protection and good health. But also Islam draw our attention to many interesting natural products which has been proven to be very effective for maintaining a good health and preventing disease. Now, with regard to cure, so Islam, with regard to cure, focus on two important elements: information and medicine. If you go through Quran, you will notice that the word cure has been mentioned 4 times. 3 times with relation to information, 1 time is with relation to medicine. Now, with regard to information, it is diversitized because Islam takes into consideration that not all people are Muslim. So you could focus on positive expression or supporting information. And if you are Muslim, this is the best. Quran recitation can give you the best source of information. And the main goal of this information is to enrich your potential, activate your immune system through building spirituality and tranquility. Now, if you want to fight a tough disease like cancer, information is not enough. That's why Islam introduced the second element, which is medicine, which has been represented by the concept of honey. Now, we all know that honey has been described in Quran as a cure. First, just to remind you, if you want to use honey as a cure, it is essential to dissolve it in water and drink it rather than take it as a food, because it is more healthy if it is dissolved in water. Now, if you have, basically honey is just molecules extracted from flowers, metabolized in the stomach of the bees, generated as a honey. That is all molecules. Information, basically it's a sort of waves which interact with our body. And here you have the so-called particles wave duality. So this is the last slide, which might be the most important one. Now, in the market, we have so many drugs. I worked in drug design for more than 25 years. Nowadays, whenever we design a new drug, when it goes to the market, therapeutic value is almost the same as the one which is existent. So much time, so much money, improvement is very little. Now, how to make existing a drug is more important. My proposal is based on creating a connection between the drug and our lifestyle. So in general, all the people all over the world have different lifestyles. It could be gluten, glucose, or lactose-free. It could be vegan or vegetarian. It could be kosher, or it could be halal. Since the majority are Muslim, if we just focus on halal lifestyle. And now, if you are a patient and if you are a Muslim and we offer you a medicine and we tell you the ingredients all are halal, the process is tayyib, and we label it. Now, labeling it, we create trust. Using it, we create compatibility between lifestyle and medicine. Now, if you look at that, we have a therapeutic effect from the drug, we have a placebo effect from trust, we have compatibility effect. Now, in biology, if you have two effects going in the same direction, you get a bonus effect, which we call it synergistic effect, and I call it miraculous effect, which will lead us to the miraculous recovery. Well, yes. So that's it. In conclusion, I think if we implement the concept of halalopathy and align medicine with our lifestyle, we can open a new era in medicine, which can create a compatibility between medicine and our values and beliefs. Thank you for your attention.